Great, it's time for math, and you know what? We get a little bit of a break today. What I mean is we're not going to be doing something new. We're only going to be doing things that we've done before. So, this should be pretty easy, and you'll see what I mean when we get started. We're on page 311 and 312, so go ahead and get your page out, and then meet me over here. Alright, a little brighter than usual. So, page 311, and I want you to look at the top. It says make denominators alike before adding or subtracting. So multiply by a name for 1 to rename the fraction. And if you remember, a name for 1, this is something we've been talking about for the last couple days, really a couple weeks, is when your denominator and your numerator are the same number. 3 over 3, 4 over 4, 5 over 5, those all mean the same as 1. So look at the first example they give you. The first example has 2/3 plus 5/9. And you can't do that, right, because the denominators are different. So we have to make the denominators the same. So they look for the bigger denominator, which you see in that problem is 9. So they're just going to move that fraction over because he's good to go. So 5 over 9 stays the same. But how do we turn the 3 and 2 over 3 into a 9? We have to think about what times 3 equals 9. So you see there in the little pink one, they decided that 3 times 3 equals 9. And because we multiplied the bottom by 3, we're going to multiply the top by 3. So they did that, and they got 6 over 9. Now they could add, and when they added the numerators together, they got 11 over 9, which is a what kind of fraction? Improper, right? I'm still seeing people just leaving improper fractions on their paper. You cannot do that. When you have an answer that is an improper fraction, you have to change it to a mixed number, which they did. They divided 11 by 9, and they got 1 and 2 over 9ths. Okay, so there's going to be a couple that we have to really think about. Is it an improper fraction? Is it a renamed 1? Or does it just work out easily? Okay, so that's basically what we're going to do today. And this is something we did last time we did math. Remember, we did the shapes, and I showed you one way to do it using the shapes, and then I showed you another way. Well, this is that other way. That's why I introduced it last time. And we're going to do a few on the board so that you can get the hang of this, okay? So meet me on the board where we're going to do number 1 together. Alright? See you there. Alright, so in number 1, they give us all this information already. They've already moved the fraction with the bigger denominator over because he's done. He's ready to be added. We don't have to do anything. But what we need to do is change the 3 to a 6. And the only way to do that is to decide what times 3 equals 6. Well, what times 3 equals 6? 2. 3 times 2 equals 6. So that means we're going to multiply the top by the same number as well. What's 1 times 2? 1 times 2 is 2. Now we can add our numerators. What's 3 plus 2? 5 over 6. Remember, our denominator stays the same because now they're alike. So that's it. That's my answer. Pretty easy, right? Alright, let's go on to a slightly harder one. Okay, this is number 2 on your paper. Now again, the fraction that had the biggest denominator, they just moved over. Okay, that's the first thing you're going to do is decide which one has the biggest denominator. 8 is bigger than 2, so simply we're going to move him over. He's ready to be added. Now, we have to change the 2 to match the 8 now. So what times 2 will give you an 8? Yeah, 2 times 4 will give you 8. So now I need to multiply the same on the top. What's 1 times 4? 4. Now I can add. Now I'm just going to add my numerators. What's 7 plus 4? 11 over 8. Now, am I done? No, this is what we have to learn to spot. If you leave it like this, it's wrong. 11 over 8 is an improper fraction. You cannot have a bigger number on top. So we're going to have to divide. We're going to have to divide like this. So 8 goes into 11 one time. 8 times 1 is 8. Now subtract. What's 11 minus 8? 3. So 1 and 3/8. That now becomes our answer. Okay? 11 over 8 cannot be your answer. We've changed it into a mixed number, so 1 and 3 over 8 is the correct answer. Alright, round 3. Same thing. Where's my bigger denominator? What's bigger, 3 or 12? Yeah, 12. So we're going to bring that fraction over. He's ready to go. Now, how do we make our 3 into a 12? What do we have to multiply by? 3 times what equals 12? 3 times 4 equals 12, which means we have to multiply by 4 on the top. What's 2 times 4? 8. Now, let's add our numerators. What's 8 plus 4? Yeah, 12. And what's my denominator? Also 12. Uh-oh. Can I just leave it like that? No, what's that another name for? What's 12 over 12 another name for? Remember, if our numerator and denominator are the same, it's another name for 1. If you leave it like this, it's wrong. You have to change it to 1, the same way we change improper fractions to a mixed number. So here's a little cheat sheet to help you get through the rest of the problems. If your denominator is bigger, then you have a proper fraction. You don't need to do anything else to your answer. You just leave it be. If your numerator is bigger than your denominator, it's an improper fraction, and you need to divide it to get a mixed number as your answer. Leaving it like this will result in a wrong answer. And if your numerator and denominator are the same, you have to rename it as 1. If you leave it like this, it's wrong. You have to rename it. Okay? Right. Look at the rest of the paper with me for a moment. We did 1 through 3 together, which gave you one of each type of answer that you're going to come across. A proper fraction at number 1, an improper fraction, which needed to be changed into a mixed number on number 2, and something that needs to be renamed as 1 in number 3. Okay, the rest of the problems you're going to do on your own. Some of them are subtraction, but they're going to be done the exact same way, except when it comes time to add the numerators, you're going to subtract them. Okay, I don't believe there's anything crazy on this paper. I think you should be good. So go ahead and do 4, 5, and 6. And on the back, do 1 through 4. Don't worry about the rest of page 312. I don't want you moving on to that, because actually Miss Gines has the next assignment, I believe. No, the next one we would do, and the one after that we're skipping. And actually what you're doing on the back relates to that, and I'm just going to respect what she did in the lesson plan by skipping that. She must have had a reason. So, again, just 4, 5, and 6 on the front, and 1 through 4 on the back. Okay, so you just have 7 problems to do on your own. Watch what we did on 1 through 3, look at your examples, and remember what we did last time. You should be fine. We're getting ready to wrap up this chapter, okay? I think we have one more lesson, and then after that it's going to be time for the chapter review already. So, make sure you have a handle on this, okay? If you need to go back and look at other videos, do that as well. I've also had a link in the past couple videos where you can watch videos made by BJU Press about these lessons. They're about an hour long, but they're very intensive and they add a lot of extra help. I'll link those again with this lesson, okay? Alright guys, good luck, and I will see you on the next lesson.